So as we enter turn 1, we want to make sure the kart goes all the way around the outside. We've paused it here because this is where I'm roughly braking. This will change depending on the conditions, but it's a good reference point. The key with the wet is still to pick up the throttle super early around all of the corners to get the most speed out of it. Coming into turn 2, we're going to brake here on the outside of the track, and we're going to aim to get all of the concrete at the apex. Like so. And when I say all of the concrete, I mean take all of the concrete. Moving on to the next bit of this section, the right, you want to mount all of this curb. You see my wheels are just on the track, and I have mounted this curb quite a lot. That's where all the grip is. Arguably, I could have taken even more curb through there. Coming up to this next hairpin, we're braking about now. It is downhill once you get over this crest, and you want to run it around the outside of the track. So you need to brake earlier than you think. Again, running it around the outside because that's where all the grip is. It allows us to get a good run out of the corner. As we come into this next corner, we're going to brake just as this curb starts. And again, we want to run it around the outside of this corner. Pausing it here to show this is how early you're still picking up the throttle in the wet, because you want to carry your momentum all the way round. As you can see, we are just running it around the outside of the track. You can do a little bit of cutback line like I did there to get a straight wheels, but you can do that or you can run it fully around the outside. This next corner will be same again. So braking about now, and we're going to keep the kart going straight as we brake, and then we will turn hard using the front wheels to help slow the kart down. About now, we're going to pick up the throttle and we're going to drive it around the outside. There's so much more grip doing it this way around the corner than if you start on the inside like the kart did in front. Into this next hairpin, again like the previous hairpins that we've done, we're braking about now, and we're going to run it around the outside. So here we are, we're picking up the throttle again. So you can see how early we still are picking up the throttle in the wet, and that is the key to make any lap time. Now as we come down this straight, we are coming up to this high speed corner that can be still done flat out pretty much in the wet. The wetter it is, the bigger flick you will need to do on the wheel. So you can see we've done a big flick here, and we will just catch the oversteer. When the kart is sliding like this, if you brake, you will just cause it to rotate more and you will have a crash, so don't. Into this next corner now, we've got the kart straight in, so we will now hit the brake. Tend to do like a medium line around the middle of the corner here, picking up the throttle as early as we can, because this does lead onto a straight. Kind of like in the dry. The earlier you can pick up the throttle out of the corners, the better run you'll have on the straights, and it is the same principle in the wet. Coming up to this fast left, so I brake about now, and I sort of aim to go straight, and we're going to go sort of round the outside the corner initially, and then we're going to cut back. So picking up the throttle again now, and I'm going to let the kart drive all the way to the outside pretty much. And then we're going to cut it back so we've got a nice line for the next corner. Once the kart's straight again-ish, we're going to start braking now. This corner is probably the slipperiest one on the track, so you have to brake a lot earlier than you think. And we want to use the curb on the outside. So we want to get our left rear tyre on that curb, and that will literally pop the kart round, and it will give you so much more grip and be able to pick up the throttle so much sooner. This corner is always like ice, so it's one of those corners that you will have to brake earlier than you think. This little right kink really isn't a corner still in the wet, and you can still take some curb. And for the final corner, I tend to go around the outside. So I'm braking about now to get us slowed down. And then going to pick up the throttle about now. Again, drive it all the way around the outside the corner to get the good run down the straight. The kart in front has used the curb, which is a shorter distance round, which can be used for overtaking, but you do get a lot worse of an exit, so use that at your discretion. So let's have a look at this at full speed. Turn 1, as the grip's on the outside, as long as we've got the outside line for this corner, it will be all fine. It's quite an easy overtake. Turn 2 and 3. Turn 2, I don't have a clip of this, but if you can get to the inside concrete first, that's an easy overtake to do as well. And for turn 3, again, if the kart's been compromised like the one on our outside, you can just go around the outside of them. Turn 6, so again, if we have the outside line, we can see the kart in front is kind of in the middle of the track, and we can easily power around. And again, the kart on our in front goes to the inside of the track, we go our outside line and get a much better run through the corner, and we can easily power by. Now I'm going to play this clip on a little bit more because you can kind of see how this would then unfold in a race. So they're going to hug the inside next corner because we've got the outside, but we'll have momentum down the straight. So coming up to this next hairpin now, what you can do is, if you are quicker than the cut in front, if you can do a switchback line and get straighter wheels, you can get a good exit and power past. And now as we're going to come up to the really flat out kink, again because it's flat out, if you can get your nose to the inside of someone, you've basically got the move done. Just carry all the speed through, there's not much they can do really at that point. Again, turn 9, the quick left, again, if you just send one up the inside, as long as you can get it stopped in time, job done. So now that, as this is the slipperiest corner on the track, we want to make sure that although we're going to the inside, we still want to get to the outside of the track. So we're kind of pretty much trying to get up to the inside and then force the kart to the outside as we can to still get the momentum through. And for the final corner, you can use this concrete on the inside, as kind of hinted at earlier. It is the shortest way around the corner, so it is useful for overtakes, but you will have a really poor exit, so it's not the quickest way around the lap, but it is a good place to be able to overtake.